Welcome back. It's the Flow Friday Sports Show here on Flow FM. Time to check in now with the Ouyen Rams president, Dom Leach. And Dom, we've been saying for a number of weeks on the air that someone's got to try and put you guys out. Well, the Fire Brigade came and they failed. They weren't able to do it. A great win for the Ouyen Rams A grade.
Yeah, g'day, Alex. Yeah, it was a good win. We were challenged somewhat with our batting innings, but luckily again, Connor Schultz is just in blistering form. He got another 68 on the weekend, and that contributed, sort of nearly half our runs again. So we're riding on his coattails a little bit at the moment. So a few other boys will have to, including myself, have to step up to the plate. But he's in great form, so hopefully he can continue on his merry way.
And speaking of people continuing on, it appeared that it was the Morrish, Mead and Parsons show once again.
Yeah, the boys are doing well with the ball. It's probably our strength at the moment, perhaps, is our ability with the ball. And we're lucky we've got a fair bit of depth in that skipper Brad Parsons can tuck the ball around to a number of different options on any given day and usually get a result. And that's, credit to the boys who've been training pretty hard and getting the job done on a Saturday.
Well, speaking of getting the job done, the B grade did just that in their away day at Curlwaa. So I might have butchered that name. Tell us how the B grade got on, Dom.
No, you got a spot on, Curlwaa, boys. B grade had a fantastic win on the road, knocking off the second place. I think they are Curlwaa. The Rams batted first and made 7 for 162, which is probably a par score on the Curlwaa batting paradise have got up there. So Nick Vine got 42 and Ty Maloney tipped in with 34 to scratch together that 160. And in reply, our boys were able to restrict Curlwaa to 7 for 150 off their allotted overs. So I think Jay Baird scored 58, which was a highlight for them. And young Evan Comrie got 3 wickets for the young Rams, and a great win on the road, which sort of cements the finals position, I think, for the B grade, which is fantastic.
When was the last time you felt as though, it could have been very recently, to be honest with you, but I'm just curious, the last time you felt that both sides were just unplayable, Dom, because that's how it feels like at the moment from the outside looking in.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't use the term unplayable. I think we're definitely travelling along okay. A grade obviously are still undefeated. We won't shy away from that, but there's still plenty of cricket to go ahead yet. And the B grade boys, they're going along nicely. We are relatively inexperienced in the B grade. We've got quite a lot of young blokes in there, but they're well led by Nick Vine, who, as I mentioned, got some runs himself on the weekend. And I guess particularly with the B grade, they're just improving, hopefully week on week and month on month, and that's the main thing. If they keep doing that, well, they're on the right track as far as we're concerned.
Not unlike you to play it all down, Dom. Just paint the picture for us as to how things unfolded across the rest of the Redcliffs cricket in the A and B grades across the weekend. Any games that really stood out for you? Yeah,
there was the other 2 games in A grade were good games, particularly the one down the road at Tempe. It was a really tightly fought match. Robinvale scored 9 for 205 in their innings, with Tommy Lister getting 61 and Trav Shawcross a well-made 64. And in reply, despite being in a bit of trouble early, the Tigers nearly clinched it. They got 9 for 194 off their 40 overs, so they only fell 11 runs shy of a fantastic run chase. It was the rear guard of Nick Monaghan and Joel Grace who tipped in with 30 each. So that was a cracking game, and all reports went right down to the wire. And the other A-grade game, Cardross, continued their winning way and put, I think it was 2 wins on the trot as they knocked off the Miller boys. So that's put a bit of a dent in Miller's finals hopes. I think there's still a chance, but they'd have to win nearly every game from now.
Well, let's talk about the upcoming action this weekend. You mentioned Robinvale Euston. You'll be playing them. The Ouyen Rams A grade are up against Robinvale Euston. Blackburn Park will be the venue. So how are we feeling ahead of the game tomorrow, Dom?
Yeah, just really looking forward to the match. I think 1v2. we only played them not that long ago, so it'd be good to front up again. And I think they were well undermanned last time, so they're in some good form, as I mentioned. Got some good runs last week, so it'll be a top of the table clash, and hopefully a big crowd will be in attendance and see some good cricket played, leading into a fun social night afterwards.
Is there some sort of self-embraced responsibility on the likes of your shoulders and Captain Brad Parsons' shoulders to really keep the guys in check for a game where you're possibly sort of looking at a potential outcome where you might get a bit of a surprise, a bit of a sucker punch result coming your way when you're in such good form? It happens to all the great teams. So the likes of yourself and the rest of the leadership group, is there a bit of a responsibility just to tell the guys, look, it's business as usual. Don't underestimate anyone.
Yeah, I think so. I think as a whole, our team has matured a lot over the last few years, and we've got a lot of blokes around the right age bracket to get a full understanding of what's required at certain times. And I suppose this week would be no different. The boys won't need too much reminding. They know who we're up against, and I think pretty sure if we get the job done Saturday, we secure a home final, which is worth a fair bit. So the boys will be fully switched on, I'm sure, and hopefully can get a good result.
All right, let's talk about the twos. They are up against the Nursery Ridge side, and this will be at the Onion Patch. So how do you see the Bees getting on in their game tomorrow, Dom?
Yeah, look, it'll be another tough ask for the Bees on the road again, the second week in a row. But I think going to Curlwaa was probably the toughest trip in the comp in the B grade, and probably going to the Onion Patch to play Nursery Ridge, probably the second toughest. Nursery Ridge are on top and in good form themselves. I think Ant Shaw got 80 odd last week. There's a host of blokes running around there that could be running around in the A grade comp, and it'll be tall order. But I'd say, given the efforts from the boys last week, well, it just shows that if they play their cards right, they can get the job done again on the weekend.
There we go. Well, let's just take a look at any other fixtures that we should keep across throughout the A's and B grades of Redcliffe's cricket this weekend. Dom, what have you got for us?
Yeah, in the other game, Fire Brigade take on Miller, which will be an important game. If Miller want to remain in finals contention, they'll want to try and get the job done there. And Tempe boys take on Cardross, who are in a bit of form. So it'll be a little bit of a danger one for Tempe, but being on their home deck, you'd have to tip Tempe Tigers to get that job done. And the other game in the B grade is Southwest versus the Tempe Tigers. So this is, I think, 4th v 5th. Another one that'll go a long way to deciding finals positions in B grade.
Alrighty, well, let's take a look at some other in-house club matters, Dom. We've got the pizza night this weekend, which will follow the Super 8s games that we've got, which is, tell us, what exactly is it, and who have we got lining up in the Super 8s? Yeah, so we're going to have a bit of a social hit after the A grade game on Saturday. We've come up with 3 teams: a team of the Ouyen Rams, a team of the Ewes, which is the women of the club, and a team of the young Rams, or the Lambs. So we're going to play a couple of games each, bit of a round robin Super 8 format, and it'll be great to have a few of the old faces pull on the whites again and have a bit of a fun hit, and likewise see the ladies and the young lads and lasses have a bit of a hit, and hopefully we get well supported, and the pizza night will be had at the same time. So it'll be plenty of fun and entertainment for all as we flick the lights on and watch them all go about their business. Spectacular work, great initiative, sounds like a lot of fun, and I just absolutely, nothing, Dom, spells social sport like putting out the old Rams line up with their nicknames and the Lambs line up with their full names. I just love that. Yeah. That was impressive. I did see that on the Facebook post. So, I think it's great. I think it'll be a bit of fun. That's the main thing. Good excuse for everyone to enjoy themselves and have a bit of a laugh and enjoy a good night. I don't want to throw him under the bus, but I just can't envision Yapper fielding without a tinny and a bit of a gaff. Yeah, Yapper is aptly named. You can imagine why. But look, he's a crack bloke, and
been around the club for a long time now, and it'd be good to see him and a few of the other blokes go about their business. I think a few of the blokes named have got some fantastic cricket resumes. Goodness knows how many centuries and premierships amongst those blokes. So it'd be good to see them hopefully wind back the clock and, live up to some of their magic.
I want an in-depth report of how the likes of Yapper and Spag and Simo and Oyo got on tomorrow, Dom, when we speak again next week. Can't wait to hear all about it. That's Dom Leach, the president of the Ouyen Rams Cricket Club. Hope you have a great amount of fun on the weekend, but more importantly, make sure you get the result in the bag. All the best to you, Dom. Thanks for joining us.
No worries. Thanks for having me. Thanks, Al.